So I run a lot of workshops as well, which is geared towards anyone. I've taken like 7-year-old kids. I've also done a workshop with like a 70-year-old woman. So the beautiful thing about a program like Tilt Brush or Quill or Medium is that you're immediately immersed in the tool set. For Tilt Brush, for example, you pull the trigger, the paint starts coming out of your controller, and then you can move around it. For me, it was the first time that I could be inside my artwork and move around it. The paint, the digital paint, it just floats in front of you, and then you look at it from this angle and you keep growing it out, and then you move around, and then you can grab the whole thing and you can scale it down. Maybe you want to draw some hills and some vast landscape, then you scale it back up and put in your little details. So in under a couple of minutes, I can explain the interface to basically anyone. And I remember the 70-year-old lady was like, yeah, get away, I understand, I can do this now. So this is a huge step for computer design. It's no longer sitting at the computer trying to use your mouse to navigate through menus and more menus and drop-down menus and drop-down menus. It's about being in with the artwork, and it's more like a sculptor kind of manipulating the clay, or I come from an illustration background. And the only difference for me was, instead of just drawing on the flat plane, I had to get used to drawing in space and kind of feeling this distance of painting. So often when I started, I would draw a character and then I would go and look at them from the side and they were kind of on an angle like this because I've been leaning too far forward or something. But that is a great place to start, and I would recommend there are some great communities online like Facebook groups called Virtual Painting or Virtual Sculpting. And it's still a very sort of exciting time where the community is very generous. I see every week people are discovering stuff and they're just like YouTubing videos of how they did it. And so very quickly you can learn and be sort of inducted into this kind of new art form.